So Wonder Woman has finally come out, and I saw it, and I thought it was pretty great. Warner Brothers and DC have been struggling to make their DC universe work, and I think this is really the first one that actually feels like it belongs. The movie is about Princess Diana, who we know as Wonder Woman, on the island of Themyscira, I hope I'm saying that right, and it's a place of all Amazon women. And near the beginning of the film, we learn the origin of where the Amazons came from Greek mythology, where Ares, the god of war, corrupted mankind and will eventually lead to a war to end all wars. And that sequence where Diana's mother is telling her the story looks really beautiful. It's like an old, Renaissance painting. But after this World War I spy crash lands off the shore of Themyscira, Diana goes out to save the spy. And that character, Steve Trevor, is played by Chris Pine, and there's a relationship between him and Diana where it's sort of like awkward and weird, and the conversations they have do lead to a lot of the humor in the film. But then the Germans that were after Trevor come into Themyscira, and the Amazons have a battle with them, and they learn that there's a war going on, World War I, which is the war to end all wars. The Amazons believe that Ares is behind this, so Diana wants to go and stop him and kill him. This film reminds me a lot of Captain America: The First Avenger. Not that that's a bad thing, because I love all the Captain America movies. But with Wonder Woman, it blends the period piece with the fish-out-of-water character. In Captain America: The First Avenger, even though it was a period piece, it wasn't a fish-out-of-water story because Steve Rogers was from that time. While Diana really isn't even from this millennium. The island she comes from is sort of stuck in this Greek mythology-type era. And Wonder Woman is already super strong and has godlike powers. And the first time we see that is a really awesome scene. I think it's one of the best scenes in the movie is this fight scene where she goes through no man's land, which is funny because it's like no man's land, but there's a woman going over there. It's a really fun scene, and I think it's one of the best scenes in the movie. You hear the theme for Wonder Woman playing while it's happening. And I know some people have some mixed feelings about the theme, but I personally think it's really cool, and the electric cello sort of gives it this distinct sound to it. I personally think it's one of the most distinct superhero themes since, like, Batman from '89. If there's anything I can say bad about the movie, it's probably the villains. The villains aren't that strong, and there are some points where it may feel a little slow, but I personally really liked the tension and the atmosphere of the movie. And Wonder Woman herself, Gal Gadot, I thought was excellent. She gives me hope that Justice League might be good. I hope it is. If not, I'd love to see a Wonder Woman sequel. By the way, when I went to go see this, my theater actually had a local comic book shop giving away free Wonder Woman comics. This is one of the issues that was given away for Free Comic Book Day, and one thing I have to say about this is that, I'm not sure if this is just for free comics, but there are a ton of ads in here. Look, here's an ad for, for Gillette, or Schick Hydro. Never mind, not Gillette, but Schick Hydro, yeah. And there's, like, an ad for the King Arthur movie, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff in here, and it's like every 2 pages. Is that how comics are, or is it just for free issues that are like that? I wouldn't know, I don't really read comics, I just watch the shows and movies. So overall, I did have a lot of fun with Wonder Woman, and I thought it was great. I hope that DC gets on track with this kind of film, and starts doing that a lot more. I hope this isn't a fluke. I hope that Justice League is actually going to be good. So if you have seen Wonder Woman, tell me down in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to save.